Hey mamas! Welcome to Mama Talk Live. I'm Valentina Izarra. I'm going to wait for my co-host to come in. We're going to talk today about New Year's resolutions, all kinds of good stuff. There she is. And hey Molly!
Hey, mamas!
Welcome to Mama Talk Live, mamas. I'm Valentina Izarra.
And I'm Molly and Luna, and here American Mama sits down with Latina mamacita to discuss all topics relevant to mommies.
That's right. So grab your latte or your cafecito because it's about to go down. No topic is off limits.
Mama, we know you wear a million hats, from being the best mama you can be, to building your career, to lover, friend, yada, yada, yada.
That's right, mama. So let's talk.
In today's episode, we're going to be sharing with you 3 things to help you kickstart the new year off right.
That's right. That's right. We know all you guys are thinking right now about your resolutions for the year, your goal setting, all the stuff that you've accomplished or you may not have accomplished this year, and you're wanting to start the year off right. So we thought we'd bring to you some tips that have helped us in the past to set your year off on the right foot.
Absolutely. I love this time of year. We just wrapped Christmas. We have a week before New Year's Eve, and it's the perfect time to really take a look at this last year, 2017, and reflect on all of the successes that we've had thus far.
Yes, that's right. I think the year goes by pretty quickly. So sometimes it catches, right? It catches us off guard. I know for me this year, for example, the year just like flew by, and for some reason it just keeps like getting faster and faster. I don't know if that's happening to you, Molly, but it just seems like everything just goes faster and faster the older we get, and so we need to take these moments, right, to sort of like do a reset on our buttons and sort of, okay, where are we headed? What do we need to do to make the next year better, and also take all different types of things into account.
Absolutely. I do. I feel that way. Like every year, time just it flies by. There's more responsibilities. We've got babies now, so add that to the mix. The holiday season was nuts. And it was fun, don't get me wrong, but it can be a lot. And now we're entering into the new year, and it can be a really exciting time for a lot of us because it feels like a fresh start, a new beginning. And before we jump right into the new year, I think it's really important that we sit down and we collect ourselves individually. And I would say if you've got a spouse or a lover, a best friend, somebody that you can sit down with and really take some time to look back at the year and celebrate some of your successes. And I say that because my husband and I, we just did this the other day, and we are very driven, very goal-centric type individuals. And it can be easy to be like, it's a wash. The year is a wash. We didn't accomplish as much as we thought. But I really, really wanted to make our first bullet point for today was to take time to celebrate your success, even if it feels like the tiniest win.
Yes. Yeah, so tip number 1 is literally take a look at your year and look at all the wins that you have and everything that you do have, because a lot of times we tend to concentrate on the things that we don't have or the things that we didn't accomplish rather than look at all the stuff that we do have and all the things to be grateful for before we can actually move on to the next step of actually, doing something. We really need to be present and really appreciate, everything that we do have in our lives. And I think those gratitude exercises actually allow us to step into a place where we realize that we have so much more than we actually think we do.
Yeah, we do have so much more than we think we do, even during times of despair and heartache, and when things aren't really going as well as you would like them to. If you would really stop and take a look at the blessings that you have, you would quickly realize just how wonderful things are. I'm guilty of this. My baby girl is almost a year and a half, and I'm looking at this last year, and if I'm just looking at, let's see, like one wedge of my life, for instance, let's say my business or my career, it might be really easy for me to be like, I could have done more. It could be bigger, more profound. Could have earned more dollars or whatever my goals had been for the year. But that's just one wedge of my life. And if I look though at my baby a year and I'm like, wow, I was looking at the beginning of the year and I'm like, she just started crawling in March. And now she's
Yes, it's amazing.
Dancing toddler. And if we don't,
Yeah.
I guess I was just going to say that my husband and I, we sat down and we're like looking at all aspects of our life. And you have to celebrate those. You have to celebrate those tiny successes, because if she hadn't crawled, she wouldn't be running and dancing right now. And the same is true for if it's career or finances or something.
Absolutely. 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 And I think sometimes for a lot of people, this time of year can be quite sentimental, because a lot of times people go through really hard things in a particular year. And so they come into the new year sort of feeling a bit down because of things that might have happened. But I think hard things that can happen in our lives. I just had a difficult, very hard situation that happened, with one of my girlfriends, and all of us in the group of friends, we were all affected, like very, very profoundly. And at the end, though, it was really a moment to reflect, after, we did a lot of crying, and we, sort of held each other's hand through the situation that my friend went through. I think in the end, it was something that happened that made us all realize just how, fortunate we are to have everybody that we love, around, and the people that we do love, for those who have lost somebody in the year, to just step into who do we have right now that we can appreciate, that we can say, I love you more to, that we can really spend quality time with. So even those things that happen in the year that perhaps are not those things that we're going to smile about in the future, I think they can still be a thing that we can say to ourselves, this brings me to a whole new level of appreciation and a whole new level of gratitude.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. In fact, my family, we just lost my uncle a couple weeks ago, and well, technically he's my cousin. My cousin a couple of weeks ago, and last Christmas we lost my grandmother. And so sometimes, these things come up where it could be a space of extreme grieving and sadness, but it could also be an invitation to, yes, take a look then at the blessings you have in your life. Take a moment to say, time is so short. It's such a gift that even if you didn't accomplish the things that you wanted to, like with your finances or your career, take a look at the relationships you have and hold more love and gratitude and appreciation for your health and vitality and for the connections that you do have. And I appreciate you sharing that, Valentina.
Yes, which brings us now to topic number 2.
Yeah.
Which is basically goal setting, right? Like, how do we need to set goals for the things that we want. So like Molly said, one of the things that can be really helpful is actually to bring somebody that you really love, like your partner, and somebody that you could kind of, I guess, bounce ideas back and forth. Mostly if you do live with somebody, because first of all, you'll be jointly connected in terms of a goal, so you'll both be knowing where you guys are going to be going and headed, and it allows you to plan in a way where you're doing something together.
And if you're not married or don't have a romantic relationship right now, a friend. And
absolutely,
it could be a best friend or it could be a new friend, but at least one accountability partner to sit down and hash out goals for the upcoming year. And I want to make
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, but I want to make it a point as a high-achieving, very driven woman myself, making sure that those goals that you're creating aren't just financial goals, aren't just career goals, but they're also, what are some goals that you have with your friendship? What goals do you have with your lover, or do you hope to attain a lover and have a wildly passionate romantic relationship? What goals do you have for your health and your vitality, your spirituality? Making sure that you're covering all areas of your life.
Yes, and one of the most important things is, because I think a lot of people go through the goal setting and like the resolution thing in their head, but they don't actually like write it down. So writing down your goals is actually extremely important. I've actually found out that the things that I've actually written down are the things that actually end up coming true.
Yes,
right?
that's
We're
happened
actually
so many times. There's something magical about putting pen to paper. It is like
absolutely
writing your ticket to the universe. And every time I do it, it actually manifests.
absolutely manifest, because it's like you're basically writing your your wish list.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing it in writing. You're not only thinking it, but you're also writing it. So it makes it even more powerful. So for anyone who's never done that, written their goals down, we really suggest that you do that, because you'll see that it works absolute magic.
Yeah.
I was actually reading a book this past year. It was called, I was sharing it with Molly, it was called The Desire Map. It's by Danielle Laporte, and she was talking about a different way to set your goals. Mm-hmm. She suggests setting goals that are aligned with feelings, meaning there's a lot of different there's a lot of different feelings, right? That we all have different things that we appreciate or we like to feel. Some of us like to feel courageous. Other people like to feel authentic or spiritual, passionate, enthusiastic, desired, happy, mm-hmm. secure, abundant. There's so many different things. And so she has a list on her book of 150 different things, and all the things that you feel aligned to, you put a check mark to, and then you narrow them down to the 4 basic core feelings that you like to feel for the every single day. And once you actually realize the feelings that when you get those feelings bring you absolute joy, then you can actually realize, okay, maybe this thing that I thought was a goal might not be a goal anymore, because that thing that I think I want won't bring me the feeling that I actually want to feel. So I remembered I realized that one of my feelings that I love to feel every day is connection.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
When I feel connection, I feel like the universe is just perfect. When I feel connected to my husband or to my friends, or and I remember the other one was courageous. But I do invite everybody to do this exercise, because it's really interesting, because you might actually tweak those goals that you have and realize that what you thought you wanted might not be necessarily what you actually really want.
Yeah, what you think you want and what you really want. That's a great point. I know that for me, one of my goals is that I really am excited about purchasing a home for myself. We live here in Los Angeles. We are currently doing the 2-bedroom apartment thing. We live in a beautiful place. It's really beautiful. Our space is amazing, and I'm super grateful for it. But there's a piece of me that's but I really, really want a home. And with this exercise of sure, I could put on my goals list, attain a home, and I could get really specific about how many bedrooms and what part of town and all that. But until I tap into the feeling, what is the feeling that I want to have with having a home? You mentioned connection, Valentina, and connection is something that's super important to me as well. I want to have a home, so I have extra bedrooms for friends to come over and stay and host parties and gatherings and get-togethers. And I want it to be a really loving, warm space that people want to come and gather and to connect. And I realized after doing the first bullet point that we talked about already about celebrating your successes for the year, did this with my husband on Christmas Eve, then we are we can do that now. We can throw a party now in the space that we have, and we can have that feeling now. And it amplified our gratitude, and we threw an awesome party yesterday, and it was so much fun. And that's really I still have the desire to have a home, but that's really going to help build up that momentum and that energy for it to manifest then from just a desire into more of a physical form, because now feeling tied into that goal.
Yes, absolutely. When you actually realize the feelings that you constantly want to be feeling, not just once in a while, but every single day, those feelings that bring you absolute joy, then you'll make your choices even throughout the day, to get those feelings. And then it actually does bring you more joy, because sometimes we don't realize it's the little things. They say it's the little things that matter, but it's actually really true, because, for somebody who likes to feel courageous, there's a ton of courageous things that we can do throughout the day that can make us feel a little bit courageous. Or, for any of the other feelings that there are out there, there can be just what we think mundane things, but that can actually bring us those feelings that give us ultimate joy.
Mm-hmm. One thing that helps me stay in that feeling space, something that we do in our household, is our third tip for today, actually, which is coming into the new year, choosing a core word or feeling that you want to focus on for that year. So for example, one year, my household, we decided on the word believe. We had completely shifted careers, moved to a new city, and we believed that we'd be successful in our new endeavor. And that was like our core
I love it. I love it.
to keep us in that feeling of faith and excitement and exuberance. And this year, our word is give. We want to be in it feels so good to give. And we're looking forward to 2018 of being a more generous giving year for our household and our family. And so tying in a core word for 2018.
And I love it. And one of the reasons that I think this is such a beautiful thing to do is because you can actually incorporate your entire family. Mm-hmm. You know, if you decide as a family, this year our word is give, you know, you can set the intention with the entire family to focus on that word. And that's beautiful because you're basically setting a goal together and you're constantly saying that one word over and over. It's funny that that we're talking about this because I had actually heard about it also last year. And that's when I started implementing this, to have one word throughout the year. And the word that I've been repeating for a while has been consistency. Like consistency is like whatever it is that you want to call to yourself, even if you don't feel like that you have that yet. Mm-hmm. If you set that intention for that focus and on that one word, it will come to you because it's all about focus and you set your target. And instead of focusing on so many different things, you put the bullseye right there and you know exactly where you need to go. So if there's something out there that you really feel that you want to call to you and that you want to draw to your life, then just choose that one word.
Yeah.
And that's also very magical. Absolutely.
Maybe it's community, maybe it's family, maybe it's abundance, maybe it's more joy, maybe it's celebration. Getting into the habit of this coming year of actually taking time throughout the year to celebrate those little wins and victories for yourself as you're moving through towards your bigger worthy ideal or goal. So yes, setting that core word.
Yes, and yes, and you know, for people that have fitness goals, sometimes a lot of people have this resolution that they want, you know, to get fitter in the new year. You can even tie a word into that where you just say activity, and you have, you know, you just focus as a family on moving your body more and just and constantly. I don't know if that exactly would be the word activity,
well, I would say
but just
but want to get it into a core feeling word. So maybe the word would be vitality.
There you go, vitality, exactly.
Just as an example.
There you go. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Energize.
I'm going to actually be doing that exercise. Energize, exactly. Energize. Yeah. Yes. That activity actually, we actually did it. We didn't do it as a family. We each chose a word separately. But this year, we were talking that we were going to choose one word for all of us to focus on.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yay. So mamas and mamacita, let us know in the comments below what core word, feeling, intention, goal will you be using to help you and your family start 2018 off on a really feel good and successful space. Leave a comment for us below.
Yes, absolutely. And just as a recap, remember, 1, celebrate your successes for the year. Don't forget to practice that gratitude, feel it so that you can move on. And then 2, set your goals, write it down. That stuff is magic. And 3, set a core family word so that you can focus on it. And that way you're not all over the place and you can just focus on that one thing that you want to draw attention for the whole year. Yeah. We hope you guys like this episode. And yes, like Molly said, click below and put like on our Facebook page. And also give us some comments. We absolutely want to know what you ladies are thinking. Yeah. Molly, tell them where they can follow you on social media.
Absolutely. So mamas, you can follow me over at Molly and Luna or Mindful Mamas TV. And Valentina, where can they find you?
Mamacita, you can follow me on all social media at Mamas Con Ganas.
Okay, mamas, we are here every single Tuesday to discuss relevant topics for you, mamas. So join us next Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, Molly, I gotta go because I'm actually in Austria. I live in Miami, but it's 7 p.m. here, so we're gonna go have dinner with the family.
Oh, that's amazing. Awesome. Well, I have to go meet up with my husband and my baby at the park to get a little playtime in this afternoon. So I'll see you next week, mamas.
Beautiful. Yes, and
Mwah.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Mwah.
Happy New Year.